Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled, Better to Have Your Children Eat Cheeseburgers. Better to have your children eat cheeseburgers than steal wagons and wood for this Lag BaOmer. This is part 2, last year, Tavshin Ayin Chet, 2018. I sent the same message out to everyone. That often, especially in Israel, we have chicken burgers, turkey burgers. So if you have a turkey burger with cheese, it's an Issa Drabanan. There's a good chance it's turkey because Israel's the #1 per capita consumer of turkey. Interesting fact to know. We gobble it up. Even not just per capita, we're in the top 10 of consumers in the world. We're very creative, so it's very sweet how creative we are how to use a turkey. So, if you have a turkey burger, cheeseburger, that's a drabanan rabbinic isser. And if your kids are walking around with stolen wagons and stolen wood and putting it on property not designated by the city for the fire and burn up the Eruv, well, we got a lot of prohibitions from the Torah. So we stressed this a year ago. Better for them to do some drabanan, even though no one would ever think of it. Oh, I never let my kid eat treif. Not from the Torah, not from the rabbis. Chas v'shalom. Well, chas v'shalom, great. But why are you letting them go ahead and take wagons and steal 700, 800, 900 shekel a wagon? Stealing wood. Why are we doing that? And I'm sorry to say, but I wonder if the fact that we tolerate this and let our kids walk around, we all know they're after school, they're collecting all over the place. Are we watching them? Are we careful? Do they know they have the fear of God in them? Never, ever, ever to touch a wagon and wood from some neighbor or construction site without permission. The same way they would never eat treif and never eat a place without tetudah, without hashgacha. And hopefully never put on the lights on Shabbat. So what's going on here? And I'm sorry to say that I think this leads to something horrible. A few months ago, I was dealing with the area, the municipality, I have a special needs kid, Down syndrome, and we're entitled to a certain amount of tutoring from the area per month. So I fill in the chart, who he's learning with each day, each period, and it's way more than 24 hours, and we're paying a lot out of pocket to the world for Shlomo Myers. I hand it in to Orly, who's in charge from Matya, to look over his hours. She says, I'm really sorry, Myers. I said, sorry about what? We have so many more hours than is required here. We certainly should be covered. No? No. Shmuel Myers is teaching your son Shlomo Myers. I said, yes, he's here every day learning with him. I said, well, the rule is that the tutors need to be someone who's not a relative of the student. I said, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm sure this is a real thing. It's not a shtick, but these are the rules. Too often it was people played shticks with this. We can't do it. And besides that, you lose some other hours. He said, what do you mean? He said, over here, these hours, this lady is off-site, right? It's not on the campus, you told me. I said, no, it's not on campus. He said, yeah, the rule is that if you're covered for 24, we're paying for 24 hours, it's only when the child is learning on-site, on campus, and with a non-relative. I said, okay. So I said, give me a few days. Let me see what I can do. And I talked to people about it, and they said, what do you mean what you could do? Just put another name in for who's learning with him the first lot, not Shmuel. And the lady who's teaching him at his in her house every afternoon, put her down that she's learning in the school. Everyone told me that. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on? I should lie? And it's not lying only, which is bad enough. It's stealing. I'm taking money from the municipality, which is not designated for me. What do you mean it's not designated? It's designated for Shlomo Myers. They have you down for 25 hours a week. I said, no. They have enough 25 hours a week with the conditions. You need to fulfill the conditions. What kind of thing is that? That's just, well, the money's coming to me. It's coming to me with the conditions that they have. And either I'll work out a schedule that will work with them, or I won't take the money. I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I'll have less tutors. I don't know what. But I'm not going to go ahead and steal. I'm not going to lie. People look at me like I have a second head. How tragic is that? And maybe all the wagon stealing going on and the wood stealing going on, those years of training produce people that think absolutely nothing of stealing from the Beit Shemesh or the Misrad HaChinuch services. And recently, I had to take off some pay from a teacher. They didn't come for a certain time, wasn't a horrible thing, but they didn't come for a certain reason and took off money. And they came to me like, I said, you weren't there. And he said, okay, I understand, but so fine, I'll put it in as a sick day. I'll get a sick note. I said, what? You're going to get a sick note? You weren't sick. So yes, if you have a sick note and we put it into the system, you get the money for being sick. But you weren't sick. I'm not even thinking twice. People in Chinuch thinking this way, in education. What have we come to? So if we steal wagons when we're 6 and 7 and 10 and 14, so then we write lies when we're 30, 40, 50. And if you steal wood and burn avers when we're 10, 11, 12, and 15, then we make a joke out of sick days and out of our income taxes. And if we instill fear of Hashem only when it comes to kashrus, and this hashgacha, and that hashgacha, and this b'datz, and that b'datz, fine, have all the b'datzes you want. But don't go ahead and be machmir on 5 different b'datzes while your kid is stealing. You say, I didn't tell him to do it. You're his guardian. You're responsible for him. He knows very well if you tolerate it or not. So therefore, we have to go on and change our outlook over here. The kid has to feel holy. When he goes ahead and he's tempted to take the wagon, I'm not going to touch that wagon. He overcomes it. Just like when he feels holy, I so much want that Ben & Jerry's. But there's another 9 minutes till my time is finished on Basari. And he controls himself. Kol hakavod. Feels good about that. Puts on his tefillin, has a beautiful shmones. He feels good. He feels close to Hashem. Beautiful. And he should feel just as close to Hashem when he sees everyone stealing wood. He says, I'm not doing that. I'll have a smaller fire this year. I won't have a fire at all. I won't steal 1 shekel worth, 1 agurah worth of wood. I'm not touching. Chas v'sholom to take a wagon for agalah from the supermarket. And he feels good about that. He feels from. He feels spiritual. He feels close to God. That's a successful chinuch. We all be zocha to inculcate our children with true spirituality. True spirituality means they feel close to Hashem. They put on tefillin. They feel close to Hashem when they help a neighbor unpack their car and bring it up to their apartment. They feel close to Hashem when they pay workers on time. Feel close to Hashem when they find money and they return it to the owner if Shabbat Avedah applies. And they feel close to Hashem when they abstain from stealing wagons and wood from their neighbors. Shalom.